Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I thought I would do my favorite products of 2013, and I wanted to wish you all a happy new year. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year to you. I'm sorry that I have not been able to tape lately for a number of reasons. My kitchen was kind of disheveled. This microwave was replaced last week, and for a good week and a half there was just a hole, and the hole had a larger hole behind it. I don't know. You know, when you start replacing things in a house, you find problems or things that were pre-existing that, you know, people just cover up, and that's what happened. So there's a hole back there we didn't know about, and we didn't discover it until we pulled the old microwave out and put that one in, and it's kind of, you know, like, oh my goodness, unexpected, and nothing can ever just go smoothly. You know, every single appliance that we replaced, we pulled out, finding like another problem before we could put the new appliance in. So it was crazy. But anyway, I didn't want to film because there was just a big ugly hole right there, and it was hideous, just, yeah, flat out hideous. So this is, you know, kind of semi back to normal. I'm in the process of taking Christmas down too, so my countertops are full of stuff. But hopefully, you know, by this weekend everything will be back. And like I said, just Happy New Year to you guys. And let me go ahead and get started. First things first, this is not going to be my holy grail items. There are products I wear every single day that are my, like, hands down absolute favorite holy grail items. I did not include those because those usually I have worn for years, literally years and years. So like foundation, there's no foundation in here because I'm either the Smashbox or the MAC Studio Skin, and I've talked about those for literally 2 years now. So it's just going to be the things that I discovered this year that I'm absolutely in love with, that more than likely will carry on into the following year, depending on if I find something newer that I appreciate more or if it gets discontinued or something like that. So these are just the items that I discovered this year. Now, I don't have a ton of hair care or skin products because those are the ones I'm finicky about. I tend to rotate, I tend to go through them and then buy something new and you know, over and over again. When it comes to beauty products though, I hoard. I have a million blushes, a million eyeshadows, lots of lip products, and they're all my favorites. I love everything that I really, you know, that I use. But these are, like I said, the ones that are just from this year that I've discovered that I absolutely love. First up, I will share with you a kind of highlight product. This is what I put on before my concealer down here to kind of get rid of dark shadows. This is MAC's Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. It's a highlighter. They do make a different one that you can use as like a contour, but they also have like a yellow base. This is the rose-based highlighter, and it works best, I think, on very pale skin. So for me, I use it under here and sometimes up here to highlight, sometimes even up here if I want a little highlight up there. But that is the Radiant Rose. It's just twist up and then you just kind of tap it on. The Touche Clot, in comparison to this, I get asked that a lot, is more yellow based depending on your tone. There's like Touche Clot 1 and the Touche Clot 2, and that's the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Clot. This is just the MAC Radiant Rose, and it's a fraction of the cost of that one, and I like it so much better. And I was a fan of the Touche Clot for several years. Okay, next would be concealer. Two concealers that I've been loving that I found this year. The first is the Benefit Boiing, and this is the shade 1, and I love, love, love this concealer. It's a heavy duty concealer. It gets in there, it does the job, it conceals extremely well. This is pretty much my everyday concealer. I've already kind of worn the pot down in the center, and I love it. It's very creamy, very emollient. I do have to set all my concealers. I don't ever put concealer on without setting it. That is just so it doesn't move or anything like that. But that one by far is one of my favorites. The other one, and these are kind of the same, the other one that I absolutely love is the MAC Prolongwear. In this one, in foundation, I am an NC15. That is my tone. That is what matches me. In concealer, I am an NW15, which is pinker than my foundation, but it combats the darkness that I have down there, and that's the only thing I find that works. If I buy the matching in C15 with the cool undertone, it well, not cool undertone, it's warm undertone, it's more yellow. It turns yellow throughout the day, and it actually makes this under eye area look grayer versus looking brighter and just, you know, concealing it better with this one. And what I do with this is one pump of this into the sample container that I got several samples of that before I actually bought it, and then I went through several of the NCs and several of the NWs until I figured out exactly the tone I wanted. One pump of that will go into here. You can see that there's some in there already. And then with my concealer brush, I'll dip that in and put that on. And this usually will last me, one pump will last like a week or two, depending on how much I've pumped in there, because it comes out generously depending on the pressure you use with your finger. But that's what I do with that, and I love it. Great concealer, it's full coverage. That stays on, it's pretty much waterproof. It's really, really nice. And then you can also use it as a eyelid primer, which works very nicely if you have oily lids. Now to set my concealers, I have fallen in love with this product. It's the Ben Nye Cameo powder, and this I found at Southern Importers. If you are a Houston native, or you know of Houston, you know of Southern Importers. This is kind of our costume shop, and by costume I don't just mean Halloween stuff. You can buy Halloween stuff there, but in general, like if you're in theater, if you're in art, any of those kind of realms within the Houston area, you will know Southern Importers. They have fabrics that you can buy to create your onstage costumes, things for backgrounds, you know, props, all kinds of stuff. If you're a dancer, you know, your ballet shoes, your tap shoes, you can get those there or order them, all kinds of stage makeup, and Ben Nye is a stage makeup brand. So when I started looking at these Ben Nye luxury powders, and banana shade is the one that the Kim Kardashian, you know, one that she uses under here to combat darkness and brighten her under eyes. When I started looking for those, I started looking online, and you can order them, and of course you have to pay shipping and all this, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to Southern Importers. They have the full Ben Nye range of products. They have to have those powders. So I went, they have this one, a $10 one, and then a $17 one, and when I looked at banana, I thought that's just way too yellow, way too yellow for my skin, too dark yellow, if that makes sense. It's a bright yellow, but it's too dark for pale skins. This one is the one, there's another one darker than this, but this is the lightest one they make, and it's Cameo powder. It's basically white, it's like a rose white, but it is talc. However, the brightening properties in this are so awesome, and it sets. I mean, if you love the banana powder but it's too yellow for you, try the Cameo, because it's perfect for me. It literally, you know, there's no tone difference in my skin when I wear it. There's no, you know, darkness or anything. It just kind of brightens, lightens, and it sets so wonderfully. Talc works so much better as a setting powder for me than the silicone ones and stuff like that, because I've had the other, you know, Makeup Forever powders and stuff like that. I don't really care for them. They kind of break up my concealer. This one works with it, and it's just flawless. I love it, seamless. So yeah. Like I said, if banana is too much for you, maybe try the Cameo. They do, like I said, make a darker one, but I think Cameo or the banana would work well for darker skin tones, just not the pale ones. So that is that. And this is like since, I want to say February or March of this year, and I've only made it a little. And all I do is tap out a little bit into the cap, and then with my powder brush, my setting powder brush, I tap it in and then put it underneath to set my concealer. So that is that. Next would be my eyebrows. Now, I am a fan of using powder for my eyebrows. I just think it looks more natural. That will never change. The shade I use will never change. I use Max Wedge or Cork, depending on my feel, you know, how I feel or what I have available at the time. But that's what I use with a little brush. This year, however, I've added this step into that kind of the way that I do it. This is the MAC Lingering Pencil. It's just a really good, pretty much, I think, you know, if you have very light brows, it'll work, but it also works for these dark ones too. But lingering, and you just twist up, and then you put it on. I draw under here first, and then up there, just to really define the brows on both sides. Of course, I missed a section right there. And then I will go over with the MAC powder, eyeshadow powder, to kind of set this, but also to shape and fill in the rest of my brows. And I love the way that looks. For me, it looks really natural. I like a full-on brow. Without it, I would look like I have very sparse brows, so I like that. That's just the additional step I added. Okay, next I will talk about blush. I'm a blush fanatic, and I think I've been very clear with you guys regarding my blush. Yeah, I just love, love, love blush. I tend to like cool tone blushes that are more blue, purple, pink in range. I really don't wear very much peach or coral blushes at all. They don't look so good on me. I don't like the way they look on me, rather. Other people will say they look pretty on you. I don't like the way they look on me. I like having a cool toned color on my cheek. But there is one kind of peach coral one from MAC that I have found I really do like. It's called Peaches, and it just gives you a really pretty kind of, you know, orangey shade to your skin. So It's pretty. It's one of the only corals I find that I can wear. This one in Style by MAC, the only corals that I can wear. I have tried everything else. Tarte, Orgasm, NARS Orgasm, it does not look so great, and everybody says that color is made for everyone, that it looks awesome on everyone. It does not look good on me, but this one, like I said, does. And this is just a matte sheer tone blush. The Style one has a little bit more shimmer to it, a little bit more sparkle, but both of them I think are really pretty. They're the only ones, like I said, that work with me and my skin tone and the kind of look that I prefer. So that's that. The other one is Benefit's Rockateur, which I love this blush. It is so beautiful. It looks like nothing, seriously nothing, but on the skin it's just very natural. It gives you just a very good, pretty flush, kind of mauve, kind of rose, if you will. They describe it as a rose blush, but I don't think it's so much rose as it is just natural. I mean, very, very pretty on. I will use this every single day. This is my base blush. If I feel like adding something onto it, then I will pop on. I mean, I can take it a little corally with the peaches, or I can make it way more pink with a pinker blush, or I can just wear it like that for a bare-faced, beautiful look. I love it. So definitely Benefit's Rockateur. The other thing is the MAC Mineralize blush in Gentle. I love this. It's the most beautiful flush of pink, and it's got this pearl that just goes through it. You can see a little bit of the pearl, the Mineralize in it. Absolutely adore that on my cheeks. It's I have to put this away. This one and the Rockateur. Literally, I have to make a conscious effort not to use them sometimes by putting them away into the blush drawer and pulling something else out, because if I have these on my counter, this is what I will wear. I will not even think about anything else unless I have it out. So I have to put them away in order to stop myself from using them. Those have been the ones I've used the most. The other one is the Chanel blush. It looks like this. I love this in Pink Explosion. It's just a great pink color for your cheeks if you're a pink fan like I am. It looks beautiful on. So that is it for blush. For bronzer, and I don't really use bronzer as bronzer is meant to be used, in bronzer, in the bronzery way, you know, to make myself look tan. I don't do the tan look. I like the pale kind of, you know, Snow White look. Even though my hair is very light right now, I prefer a little darker. Anyway, so the bronzer that I use is always pretty matte, and I have fallen in love with this one. This one's been around. It's the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, and I have a smaller version of it. This came in a kit. It's not the full version, and it actually just broke the other day because I dropped it. But it's the Park Avenue Princess, and there it is. It is a matte. It has a little shimmer to it in here, but it goes on matte. I use this strictly as contour, so I will contour my cheek right here, my nose, the sides of my nose, and then up here to create a little bit of a forehead contour. And I absolutely love that. That is my favorite contour. It's not shimmery, so it does not mess with the highlights and planes of your face. It just kind of shades. And the shade, you know, the color looks good on me. It's not dirty or anything like that. And like I said, I don't bronze in the conventional way. I just strictly use bronzer as contour powder. So that's that. That's my favorite contour. Next up, I will start with my eye products. Okay, first up, the primer that I've been using and loving is my Lorac Behind the Scenes primer, and I will show you. This is the full size. This is a sample size. I have been using this one, absolutely loving it. This is the second sample that I want to use these up before I open the big one. They're very hard to use up though, because you use like the tiniest amount, because you want to put it on super sheer, and it goes on. If you use too much, it like will not dry down. So you use just a tiny amount and pat it on, and then, you know, you can put your eyeshadow on top. Anyway, used up the first one. Now I'm on to this one, and it's just taking me forever to get through them. They are the greatest primers. This has replaced the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the purple one that I've worn for years. This has replaced it. Now all over, I like the Hourglass Veil primer, but that is like a holy grail, like I said, and that was from last year. So anyway, back to the eye primer. For oily lids, like, because I have very oily skin, my lids tend to be oily. This works super, super well, and I like to put this on top of my Prolongwear concealer that I've already, you know, put on. I'll put it on top, and I love the way that looks and holds my eyeshadow on my lid for the entire day. Okay, next up are these two products, which I absolutely adore. This one is an old one, the Anastasia Eyelights Matte. This is Cameo. It's just a highlighter. pencil, old, but this one is one that I acquired this year through a Birchbox, and it's the Cella Ivory Lace Highlighter. And what I use these for is I put them right here, draw a line, and then I will press it in and then put my highlight on top, my eyeshadow highlight, and it just holds the highlight there the whole day, but it brings my brows so much more further off my face than if I had just done, you know, brows by themselves. It kind of brings those forward, makes them pop, makes them look like I have more bone structure than I do. So love, love, love those. Next would be my, what would you call these? I guess felt tip eyeliners. I have been a long-time fan of the Carbon Black Liner Intense by L'Oreal. This is so hard to find though that I had to find something else. This is, you know, hands down one of my favorites. The tip is just awesome, and the way you hold it and control it is really pretty too. But like I said, it's so hard to find. I go into CVS's, Walgreens, Walmart, looking for my Kroger, everything, and it's always either sold out or they just don't have it. So like I said, I had to find something else, and to replace it, I found the Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio, and this one actually has a tip that is so, look at that tip, oh my gosh, perfect for the cat eye. I mean, I don't even have to work at it. You just error proof. So love that for my eyeliner. The other thing is that I will use just for winged or cat liner looks. When it comes to my waterline, I have to use a pencil, like a kohl, and that's what I use these for. And I like kind of gel-like liners when it comes to that, not really like the crayon, you know, harsh ones. I like something that glides on smoothly, and that is the Maybelline Master Drama by Eye Studio eyeliners. And this one is sold out all the time too. I can never find it. I've been out for months, and I've just kept it to remind myself to pick it up. But that is what I put on my waterline or to tightline. And I find that when I waterline or tightline, it brings my eyes out so much further than if I don't do anything. But like I said, you have to find that particular pencil that will not transfer, will not end up in your eye or on your contacts and stays put, but also glides on smoothly. That's what these do. So I also have it in blue, and for the blue, I will usually only tightline with it, and it brings out your eyes. Like if you have green eyes, I would suggest doing either the green or like a purple one. Those always look awesome. But for me, the blue just brings it out a little bit more. So there's the blue, and they are twist up, but for my water lines, I think they're okay. So because I can't find the black one, I do have to find, use something else from time to time. And for that, I use a Smashbox Limitless eyeliner crayon in Onyx, and it's just black. And you can see the gel-like pencil liner. So those are what I like to do on my waterline. The other thing that I really like is some actual gel cream liner, and my favorite has been this Lorac, or the Maybelline one, but the Lorac one, and just a great liner here, and then with the actual brush I can create more of a wing tip. So it depends on the look I'm going for when it comes to my winged liner, whether I want that pencil look with the felt kind of finish, or if I want a softer kind of gel look to the liner. Okay, so those two things. Next is eyeshadow in general, and the first one is MAC Mylar, which I've had for a long time, but I absolutely love this one for inner corner here. It just brightens up this area. Like if I use it as the first shadow I apply, I'll just put it all over, but especially in here I concentrated. I've got it on today, and you can see it just kind of brightens this up. It adds a little sheen to your skin that brings it out a little bit more. That's Mylar. The other thing is the Mineralize eyeshadow in Love Connection, and it's also MAC, and you can see it's just a really pretty, this side's kind of gold, this side is like a white gold. Really pretty as a center eyelid color. So right here, like right there, you can see it kind of brightens it up a little bit. That's what I used there, and I absolutely love that. The other thing, and I've kind of stayed away, you guys know I'm big on single eyeshadows. I've stayed so far away from these because of these two products. It's ridiculous. For more than half the year, my hands down favorite has been my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. Literally, this is what I would wear every single day. It's so pathetic. I went through months and months where this is what I wore every single day in just some variation of it. And there they are, those colors. My most worn colors are this one, which is Naked 2, Faint in the Outer Corner. Foxy or WOS, I use either one of them. I mean, I tried to, every day switch up because they do the same thing for me. I don't really feel like one is any darker or brighter or lighter or anything than the other. I think for me, they're the same. It looks like this one's more yellow, this one's more rose, but on my lid, they're the same. So I've tried to, you know, every time I use the palette, I try to use a different one just to use it up. And then the Venus as my highlight. And then this Crave is my least used, but it actually is very, very pretty. I like it to line or under here, underneath my lower lashes, or just in the outer area, outer corner to blend in as a crease. But for sure, every day, one of these two, and Naked 2, and then Venus in the highlight. And that is like my everyday natural lid. Faint just to give myself a little bit more crease, and then like I said, Crave to darken it up. I use that so much that I was not buying anything else. Literally, I did not buy. I mean, this was like the only eyeshadow I think I bought in August, and that was it. And that was, I would add it to this to create looks. My MAC shadows have been so neglected. It's crazy. The other thing is my Lorac Pro palette, which I love. I love these so much that I have not even, like the Naked 3, I considered it, and then I thought, I'm not even using anything else, I'm just using these two things. I'll wait to get the Naked palettes. But the Lorac Pro is just an awesome, awesome palette. It's got every color you could need for smoky eyes or, you know, regular neutral eyes. It just, yeah. This whole row up here is matte. This one is shimmer. The shimmers are very, very pigmented. They stay on your skin so beautifully. And like if I want to do a natural, like everyday eye, I'll put cream all over, taupe in my crease, and then sable in the outer area, which that's what I did today. I have sable out here, and then taupe in the crease, and then blended. And then I do have some of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish one I showed you up there. And then I'll use the white as a highlight, and that's it. But I've done like the Nude, the Champagne. They're beautiful, beautiful colors. The Pewter is really, really pretty. This one I actually did the other night, like last Friday, and it's so beautiful. It's called Slate, and it looked a little bit more blue, which Slate is like, you know, gray blue, but a little bit more blue-gray than actual slate color, but it looked pretty. And I did it all over as a smoky eye, and I loved it. And the other one I absolutely love for smoky eye is this deep purple, which it's a true purple, but oh, it's so deep and brown. And then even Garnet, I need to swatch them all. They're just beautiful. Garnet is a pretty red brown, not red red, but red brown. So beautiful, beautiful colors, and I love the way they apply. I love the way they blend, and I'm just getting so much wear out of these two that I don't think I really want anything else for now. So those are those two. The other thing is my eyelashes. I have become a huge fan of the Red Cherry eyelashes, and the number 82 are the ones that I wear. Love these. They're beautiful, they're glamorous, but they're still natural at the same time. And they just give you, you know, so much onto your face when you wear them. I mean, I don't feel like I'm dressed when I dress up unless I have a pair of lashes on. And for me, this face look, which is pretty kind of toned down for me, this would look beautiful just with some eyelashes and maybe a red lip. Like if I was to add, I mean, just it would make it so much more gorgeous. And then, you know, I would feel finished. But for every day, like this is fine. So yeah, I don't feel dressed unless I have that, but that's the Red Cherry number 82s have become my absolute favorite eyelashes. And I do have to order them. I order them off of eBay. You can get them in sets of 6 or 12, or, you know, as a mixture of other things, but that is where I get mine at on eBay. Not eBay, Amazon. What am I thinking? Amazon. eBay I would be scared to order those on. You don't know. They might send you, I don't know, fox eyelashes or eyelashes from a squirrel or something. Definitely go, yeah, Amazon. I'm so sorry. Okay. Next up is my lip products, and I will tell you that when it comes to lips, I like go hard and I go all the way with a red or bright, or I go nude. It's like I bring it or I go nude. So hands down, I think red has been the lip color of choice this year for me. I've had so many, and I have different variations of red, different formulas and everything, but I picked my 2 favorite ones, and those are the Stila Beso, which is a Stay All Day liquid lipstick. It's beautiful. It lasts. It travels a little bit, but it's super glossy. And it stays, with the exception of it does transfer, like if you are drinking wine or something, you're gonna have it a little bit on your rim, and as you eat, it will wear off. But it is a stay, like your lips do stay red the majority of the day. Well, all day. It transfers a little bit. So there's that. It's a beautiful color. The other one, and this is my absolute favorite red, favorite red. My husband's like, why do you even own any other ones if that one is so awesome because even he prefers this one. It's the Makeup Forever Aqua Rouge Waterproof Liquid Lip Color. This sucker, if you put it on your lips, and it dries down matte, so it stains your lips, dries matte, and you can either wear the matte lip or you can add this, you know, gloss to it. Once it's dry, it doesn't go anywhere. Literally does not. You can kiss the back of your hand, you can drink your champagne, you can kiss your significant person. Does not transfer. My husband loves it because I can wear it and he can kiss me, I can kiss his cheek, or you know, we could make out if we wanted to. It does not transfer, and he loves it because he loves a red lip. But he really, you know, once I have it on, he's like, oh, I can't kiss you. Oh, I can't, you know, and then when it's on my champagne glass, he's like, oh, wipe it off. Because it just, you know, you're drinking champagne, especially like if you're, you know, when you're seated and you're having dinner, it's a little different. But if you're like at some, I don't know, party or something and you're walking around with your champagne glass and it's got this big old red lip on it, it's kind of like, it's kind of ugly. So he's always like, wipe that off. But anyway, this does not transfer. It stays put, does not move, does not budge. One of my absolute favorite reds, and I don't know why I have other reds, seriously, because of the transfer. This just kind of takes the cake when it comes to bright or red lip. And surprisingly, and he's already, I mean, my husband's like, just buy every single shade they have and don't buy any other lipsticks, because he just likes the way this one wears so much. And I don't have to worry about it, you know, traveling. There's times where I'll say, hey, you know, did my lipstick move? Because my hair will, you know, the strands, and then I'll have little strands of red lipstick running on my cheeks, and he's like, yeah, you've got a smudge. This one doesn't do that. I mean, you put it on, you forget about it, you don't even have to think about the red lipstick you have on. It's just so low maintenance, it's crazy. So yeah, I only have 2 of these, even though I've been instructed to get the entire line because he likes it so much. So there's that one. The other one is the Aqua Rouge. This is in number 8, which is like really red, I think. And then the other one I have is the number 15, which is a pink color. And I was after this bubblegum one that Sephora featured in an ad. And everybody told me, oh, it's that pink one, it's that pink one. It was not this pink one. It was actually a pink one that they released like 3 weeks after these colors came out. It's like this is the baby pink. It's like a lighter pink or a light pink. So yeah, I definitely want to get that one. But this one's really pretty too. It's a really pretty everyday pink lip. It's a little brighter, so it's not as muted down. It's a little brighter than this, like on the lip. Really pretty. Okay, so then I have my MAC Prolongwear lip color. This is in Dear Diary, and this is my favorite bright pink right now. It's just so pretty. I love it. I love it, love it. That is it. And these Prolongwear lip colors last forever too. It just stays. They stay a very long time. They do transfer, but they stay. The other is my Hourglass, which is more of an orangey coral color. It's called Muse, and it's just a really pretty bright option. So there it is. It's a little different than red, but not so orange at the same time. So really pretty. The other 2 products that I will tell you I have fallen in love with, and this goes back to my I Bring It with the color or I Go Nude, the e.l.f. matte lip colors, and these are the 2 nude colors that I have. I love these things. They are a little drying, but they are awesome for a nude lip. This is the Nearly Nude shade, and that's what it looks like there. I just love them. They're matte, they're not shimmery, it's like an extension of your natural face when you wear them. And then this is in Natural, which is a little bit pinker. But they, you know, they're my lips, just like better, like this one especially. And the packaging leaves a little for the, you know, imagination. They're not super great packaged, and this will pull out. Like I'm putting it on and it'll pull out on its own, but I just pop it back in. So they're not the greatest quality, the greatest craftsmanship, but the actual lipstick product is, I think, really, really great. So that's this one in Natural, and it's just my lips, but it has that like just little, you know, it looks finished. They look pretty. So yeah, I love these e.l.f. matte lip colors, and these are from the Studio line, the e.l.f. Studio line. I get them at Target. They're $3. I love them. They're my favorite nude lip product. So that is my favorite for lips. The last 3 things I will talk about are kind of moving into the skincare range. Like I said, I don't tend to share a lot of my favorite skin products because I use the same ones, or I use something different every time, because I have never found a hair product that I like have to have and I love, or a face, you know, skincare product that just is so miraculous I have to buy it every time and use it all the time. So yeah, I bounce around a lot. So nothing ever really stands out as my favorite, but these 3 items I will say are my absolute favorites. This one is kind of ghetto because I have been a fan of the MAC Fix Plus for years, and you can tell by the packaging how old this is. They don't even use this packaging anymore. They've switched it out like three years ago, I think, maybe even 4. Anyway, so it took me forever to get through this bottle, and this was my husband and I, we were both using this. My husband loves MAC Fix Plus, like on his face. He likes it. He likes how it feels, and then it kind of mattes you down a little bit too. He's very oily, and he has his hair's, you know, shaved, so yeah, he's got that whole pit bull look going on with the shaved head. Anyway, so yeah, it kind of mattes his skin down, because sometimes, especially when you're like, I don't want to say a baldy, but when your head is shaved, you want some of the shine for it to look like skin, but at the same time you don't want it like you're a disco ball. And so that's what he kind of, you know, he's always like, what do I use? Well, the MAC Fix Plus works really well in terms of keeping the shine at bay. So yeah, we use both of us use it, and it's taken us forever to get through it. We had about this much left, and I bought the Urban Decay setting spray, but the pump didn't work. And instead of taking it back to Sephora and returning it and getting a new one, I just poured it into here. So I mixed up with a little bit of the Fix Plus, but it's like to here now. So I've been using that, and that I absolutely love. I do my makeup, curl my lashes, spray this on my face, let it dry, and then I put my mascara on. If you do it before or after you've put your mascara on, you will have mascara all, like I had mascara up here and down here just because it's wet and it goes everywhere. So I do mascara afterwards, but I love the way it wears. It makes my face, like my makeup stay. It just makes it last, and it keeps the oil at bay. So I love that. The other thing is I've had so many, I don't have acne, and I very rarely get breakouts, but when I do, they're like really bad. And I've had right along here some of the worst cystic, like where they're balls under my skin, acne, and nothing comes out of them. I know, you know, you're not supposed to pop your pimples or acne or any of that, but you know, I get a spot, and sometimes it's really hard to not try to get it out, because I'm just like, yeah, there's a big old ball under my skin, I want it out, and there's nothing in it. It's just, I don't know, an inflamed, I don't know what it is. It's crazy. My husband has tried, like, I know you're not supposed to do this either, but you know, using a needle to give it a hole to come out of, and there's nothing. I mean, as much pressure, and he's got really strong big hands, as much pressure as you put on it, it doesn't come out. So I know it's like a hormonal, cystic, even, you know, huge ball of acne. And like I said, right along here, right here on my chin, right here, every now and then I'll get one right in the center up here, but that's it. They're nowhere else. And it literally takes 2 or 3 weeks for these things to go away. They're swollen. I can't get anything, you know, that will even help to treat them, except for this. This is crazy. This is the Mario Badescu drying lotion, and you're not supposed to, I didn't know this when I bought it, but you're not supposed to mix. This is, I thought it was one of those you mix up, and the lady was like, make sure you do not jumble this up. This has to stay down there. You have to get a Q-tip and go through the liquid, dip it into the pink, and then take it out, and that's what you put on your skin. Did not know that. For years I thought it was a shakeable product. Well, no. So yeah, that is what you do, and it's the drying lotion. You put that pink, it's calamine lotion. You put that pink stuff onto whatever it is that's inflamed or bothering you, and it literally will help it so much. It will shrink my big old balls down so much that, I mean, they're not like gone, but it shrinks them down. They're not so noticeable anymore. And then for the acne that I will get, like here, like, you know, a white head, or on my nose, a black head or something, yeah, I can put that on there and it literally will go away overnight. But the big hormonal ones, yeah, those still take about a week, but this makes it easier to live with them on my face. Okay, so that's that. The other thing is my Caudalie Oil Divine, or Divine Oil for body, face, and hair. Oh, I love this stuff. I like the way it smells, but the moisturization properties of this oil, and I know this is like 3 or 4 different oils mixed together to create this one. Absolutely love this though. A little bit on my wet hair when I get out of the shower, and it just kind of makes my hair so manageable and shiny. I love it. I'll put it on my face as my moisturizer in the morning before I put makeup on. Not a lot. Now, you know, it's oil, so if you use a lot, you're gonna have that oily kind of back to your skin. So do not use too much. I literally, for my face, will put it on the tip of my finger, tump it over, and that is what I will put onto my face. You rub it together and you put it in. On on my arms, I will use a little bit more and then really rub it into my skin. And especially like if you're dressed up or you're wearing, you know, a dress and you've got like your shoulders showing or a little bit of your back, a little bit of that oil like right in here makes your skin so shiny and just beautiful. The light like radiates off of it. The same thing goes for bare legs, like down the center of my leg, like on my shins. So pretty. It just makes, it highlights your legs so nicely. So I love that stuff. I absolutely love it. If I could, I would bathe in it, but it would probably be really expensive and then my shower would be really oily. But yeah, and once again, if you're going to use it on your face, literally just a fingertip and make sure you rub it in everywhere. On your hair, the same thing, because you can get too oily too quickly, if that makes any sense, like by using too much. So that is it for my favorite products for 2013, my favorite beauty products anyway for 2013. I will do a separate video and share with you guys my favorite clothing and accessories for 2013. That is kind of it. I hope you guys had a wonderful new year. Thank you so much for all of your support over the 2013 year. So many new viewers and just people who have kind of reached out and said, hey, I'm here, you know, I'm from so-and-so. I get emails from people that, you know, hey, you know, I watch you and I live in Switzerland or I live in Spain or, you know, I live in Oregon or Milwaukee, and I think that's really neat. I'm like, wow, it's, you know, it's great to know you and know that you're out there. Sometimes it's really nice to put a name to a YouTube handle or something like that, or to a comment somebody has said. And, you know, and I get a lot of emails from people that are just like, oh, you know, that tip you gave me about setting your concealer, it helped me so much, thank you. Or, you know, I tried a new concealer because of you, or a new, you know, perfume, or even if it's just the general, like, things that I throw out there from what I eat, you know, my teas I drink, or, you know, things, just things in general. I get little tidbits of comments from people that, hey, you helped me a lot, thank you, you know, and I like that. It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I am doing something. I'm not just sitting here talking to a screen. It makes me, you know, just grateful that you guys do watch and do appreciate anything that I have to say. And I know sometimes I have a lot to say. I do talk a lot, and it's not something that I shy away from. It's not something that I hide. I am very vocal about it. I do talk a lot. And for those of you who have got to know me and appreciate that, I appreciate it. And for those of you who are just new viewers and, you know, you're just starting to watch, thank you. Thank you. It's been fun and, you know, exciting. And yes, there are the naysayers, there are the haters, and there are the people that will tell me to go away. And I've had people call me obese and, you know, ugly, and tell me that my face needs work. I need to grow my hair out. I get that one a lot, that I need to grow my hair out. And, you know, for every one of those really hateful, ugly, just nasty comments, there are 20, you know, 25, 30 people behind that one nasty comment that are so positive and so nice and just, you know, appreciative or friendly, just friendly, you know, that it makes that one comment so, you know, and it just doesn't matter. It goes away, you know, it just, yeah. Whatever. And a lot of times you'll see me comment back to ugly comments as like, yeah, okay, thank you. That is my personality. People are like, oh, you're so sarcastic. That is my personality. When you tell me something ugly, I'm just like, wow, you've got something going on with you that made you say that. Because it has so much less to do with you as a person when people are ugly to you than it does with something that they're going through. I mean, think about it. What does it take you to be so ugly to something, you know, or about something? Like for me, if I'm ugly, there's something behind it. Like I just had a very bad experience. There's some form of hate, something, you know, running through me. I just feel, and I'll, you know, and then it's done and it's over with and I move on and I feel really bad. But there's something behind that, because in general, I'm not that way. And for me to be that way, there's a reason. So I tend to take that kind of approach to people in general. You know, in general, I like to think people are nice and kind for the most part, and when they get ugly, there's a reason, and that's fine. So yeah, that's how I deal with the ugliness in general. I like to think that for every comment, there are so many more that are just nice, appreciative people, but that is it. And also, a lot of my YouTube friends, I still watch. I know, you know, I don't comment as much as I have in the past. I tend to watch from my phone and my Nook, my iPads, more now than ever, and I don't comment because it's like I watch and then I'm like, okay, and I don't want to take the time to, you know, type, but I do watch a lot, and there are some of them that I absolutely love. I will do a share the love video next, so you guys can go over and check out some of my favorites, or you can see the favorites that I have talked about in the past that I absolutely love still. But I'm here, I'm still watching, and I hope that this new year will be several more, I don't know what I'm trying to say, just, you know, so much better than last year in general, and that I will have way more opportunities to show you my outfit of the days. You know, every day is a dress-up opportunity for me, but I don't record all of them, and the ones that I do record just tend to be my favorites. But I look forward to so many more outfit of the days. That is what I started my channel with. It was not about beauty or makeup or any of that. I kind of went into that, and I'm still not the greatest because that's not I'm not a professional. It's just what I do for me, you know, that's how I like my makeup. But my outfit of the days will never go away. Those are my absolute favorite. That's what I started my channel with. I love getting dressed up and just dressing in general, and you know, yeah, I share that through my videos. So thank you so much for watching, like I said, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.